Skinny Hardaway Southern T back with another EP. Y'all do your boy a favor, y'all smash that like button for your boy when you roll on in. Whether you're here for a good time or a long time, I greatly appreciate you sliding through. If this your first time, do your boy solid. Don't make it your last time. Hit that subscription button as well. We talk this good MMA, boxing, sports, parlays, predictions every single day and not just today. Today, we're here with the free pick from UFC 325. If you want full picks on UFC, boxing, and many other sports as well, right? Y'all become a member. That's where, my final plays and my full card predictions are going to be at. I do a free pick for box. I'm gonna start doing free pick for boxing and MMA each week, right? So this will be my MMA pick for the week, right? We got Cam Rowston versus Cody Bundage, and what I think should be an exciting fight, right? I do think this is going to be one of those banger type fights. I think it's going to be a crowd pleasing type fight, right? Cam Rowston is a very crowd pleasing type fight. And if you can say anything about Cody Brundage, right? His fights are always interesting, if nothing else, right? So enough of that. Let's go ahead and get into it. I ain't gonna waste too much of y'all time on this EP. I'm gonna try not to waste too much of y'all time on this EP. Millie Mill, what's good, Millie Mill? Appreciate you sliding through this thing, girl. Appreciate you sliding through this thing. But let's go ahead and get into it, right? We got Cody Bundridge versus Cam Rowston. Cam Rowston, his own last 5 fights, he's 5-0. Cody Bundridge's last 5 fights, it's interesting, right? You got a loss, you got a draw, you got a win, a no contest, and a loss, right? But you can argue that he lost all of those fights. The no contest, he actually did lose. He got a win because somebody need him illegally, right? He was getting beat the fuck up, almost got stopped, and then he took an illegal knee, right? And he ended up losing it. He had a draw in the fight in which he probably should have won, but in classic Cody Bundridge fashion, he couldn't close the deal, right? So he ended up getting a draw. Um, and then he lost his last fight, going up against Cam Rowston, who's won his last 4 fights. Right. If I'm not mistaken, his last loss was to Finley, who's also on this card. It was on the contender series. I think it was about a year ago, right? Since then, he strung off 5 wins. Cam Rowston 6'3" with a 75-inch arm reach. Cody Bundridge is 6 foot with a 72-inch arm reach, right? You got Cam Rowston coming out of the city kickboxing gym, and then you got I got a text message out my bad, and then you got Cody Brundage coming out of Factory X Muay Thai, right? So this is your classic striker versus wrestler fight, right? And Cam Rowston being the striker, Cody Brundage being the wrestler. Cody Brundage is going to have a size advantage, right? A reach advantage, height advantage. Yeah, I know Billy Bob. Hit that thumbs up, motherfucker. Karen Rowston is going to have a, size advantage. And I noticed that you are here for the MMA, but Karen Rowston is going to have a size advantage, height advantage, reach advantage in this. And he does have, wrestling and grappling in his bag as well. Not the level of wrestling that Cody Brundage has, right? But again, Cody Brundage is like 11-7 in the UFC. He has about, man, out of his last man maybe what 8 fights, he probably 2 wins, 6 losses, right? And one of the wins was a disqualification that he probably should have lost, right? So he's just really, really unreliable. Cam Rowston is rolling, you know what I mean, right now. He looked great in his last fight. He stopped Andre Petrowski in the first round, and that's not easy to do, right? Petrowski is a pretty tough dude, and it being your what first official fight in the UFC, third if you count the contender series, right? But first official fight in the UFC coming right off of your contender series knockout, right? So a win like that, pretty impressive, right? So I do got Cam Rowston in this fight over Cody Brundage, right? When we're talking about method of victory, Cody Bundage, right? His best bet is going to be the Rowston, right? And then I think even if he's able to, win that first round with, the grappling, wrestling, if he's able to hold him down and whatnot, Cody Bundage tends to fade over the course of the fight, second round, third round. So even if he comes out hot, right, and he's able to take Cam Rowston down, which I think Cam Rowston will be able to defend the takedowns pretty well, given he's going to have a nice, size advantage in this. I think even if he happens to lose the first round to Cody Bundage, right, because Cody Bundage is, he's pretty athletic, physically gifted. He's just one of those fighters who can't seem to put it all together. I don't think he's going to be able to just magically put it all together against Cam Rowston, right? So I do got Cam Rowston for the win, and I'm thinking Cam Rowston by KO, TKO, right? Cam Rowston's money line is minus 350, so it's not the greatest. So maybe you want to parlay it. I dropped the boxing pick earlier, right? I gave y'all the money line on that. You could put both those two money lines together, right? So make sure you go check that out. But if you're asking me a method, I do like Cam Rowston by KO or knockout. He won his last fight by KO knockout. He pretty much wins most of his fights by KO knockout. Terrence Finley was able to hold him down. I was able to take him down, hold him down. I don't think Cody Bundage is going to be able to do that. And if he is, not to that success that Terrence Finney was able to do, because Terrence Finney almost, got stopped himself a few times in that fight, right? So I do think he actually puts Cody Bundage out. That would be plus 175. Cody Bundage on the money line minus 350 is my recommended play, right? Maybe you just money line it with something else that you like, right? But if you're asking me for a method, the method that I like is Cam Rowston knockout. I will be playing the Cam Rowston knockout, right? Not necessarily telling you have to do it, but I will be playing the Cam Rowston knockout. I also be parlaying them up, with something. Also, if you want to, know exactly what I'm gonna do, coming off UFC 324, we just hit really, really big, man. Hit for almost 20K, right? So if you really want to know what I'm gonna do, man, you're gonna have to become a member. It ain't gonna cost you too much anything, just $6 to become a member. You spend more than $6 at the corner store damn near every day, any given day. You spend more than $6 at, Walmart. Like you put 20 in your gas tank, right? Just put 14 in your gas tank and then become a member, right? With the other six. But I digress, right? So Cam Rowston for the win. I'm thinking Cam Rowston knockout as well. If you're asking me a method, should be a pretty entertaining fight. Uh, Pretty high on Cam Rowston, man. Pretty confident in Cam Rowston. Cam Rowston for the win. That's all I got for y'all, man. Skinny Hardaway, Southern T. This ain't the past. This ain't the future. But this the present. That's how we rocking. And I'm out. Look, make sure you subscribe. Tell a friend. Tell a friend.